Good morning, beloveds. One of the promises that I have made to myself is to start speaking up, speaking out, and sharing as I am called to do so. So here I am on my morning walk, a little earlier than what I usually do. How many of you are being woken up between 3 and 5 a.m.? Well, just know that there's great purpose behind this. I've been waking up between 3 and 5 for about a week now, which is abnormal for me. And I had been just kind of tossing and turning and eventually going back to sleep, oversleeping. And then this morning when I woke up, I was very conscious, very awake, and I just had a very vivid dream. And in this dream, someone who is very active in my life, who our lives are very intertwined, I was very angry with them. And I won't go into the whole context of the dream, but I sat with the feeling of that anger and really evaluated my relationship and my role in this person's life. And I allowed myself to continue to feel into that anger, not in a way that was stewing or brooding, but objectively seeking to understand. And I believe all of us, the anger within us is being stirred up. Even in Chinese medicine, 3 to 5 a.m. is when we are cleansing the liver. The liver is associated with the element of fall, or the season of fall, the element of wood, and the emotion of anger. Now, I'm sure we all can find some things that are daily triggering anger. This is why you are waking up, because this is an emotion that destroys. This is an emotion that causes illness, it causes sickness, it causes separation, it causes suffering. Okay, this anger is what we are seeing perpetuating this polarity in the world, this division. So as I laid there and I started evaluating, I realized most of the time, anger is a different way that fear expresses itself. So fear of what? For me, it was a fear of not being able to control the situation, not be able to control the person. And the story I told myself was that if they continue to do the things that they're doing, it's going to affect me. And it's going to affect me directly. Now, given, of course, the people that are really close in our lives, especially the people that we live with, they're going to indirectly have an impact on us. But we can't change them. We can't do the work for them. We can only do the work for ourselves. And so as I started taking responsibility in that way, I was able to actually relieve myself of the need to control the situation. And once I was able to do that, that fear of not being able to control started to melt away, and I started to see, oh, they are my teacher of mastery in surrender and compassion and unconditional love, which are things that we are all being pushed, not just encouraged, we are being pushed to release this need to control because we are not trusting God. We are not trusting our divine path, our divine process. We're resisting. And as we resist, it's causing this tension in the gut, in the liver, and in the gallbladder. And what arises from that is anger, frustration, and rage eventually. These things don't go away. We can try to avoid them and pretend they don't exist as long as possible. But at some point, they come out. And you can either choose to deal with them as they arise, and you choose to do what you haven't done in the past. You choose to create a different neural pathway. As you do that, it gets easier. Every time you get triggered, it becomes a little bit easier to manage those emotions and alchemize them. This is what true magic is. True magic is the ability to alchemize a situation, a feeling, a belief, a vibration, to change it from one thing into another. So as I sat, allowed myself to experience the anger, to ask it what it was, and then I prayed, God, please show me. What is this here for? How does it serve me? How can I let go more into your will? And just like that, the answers came when I rested. I didn't think about it. I just rested into it. And with that comes freedom. So, beloveds, thank you for letting me share this with you in what I would consider a somewhat vulnerable state. I just woke up, hopped out of bed, no washing my face. You've got me in the raw. Thank you for allowing me to show up this morning. And I encourage you to show up for yourself and start investigating, especially if you're waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. Investigate. There may be things you know you're angry about, but do you know the reason why? And do you know the reason behind that? And do you know the reason, the teachability for it, the gift that comes from the alchemization of the pain, the suffering, the emotion? God bless you. I love you.